Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is obviously going to be a brow tutorial. I'm just showing you my brows here. This is what they look like normally. I know they look kind of thick, but they could still use some work. So I think the key to a good looking brow is to have them freshly waxed. I don't know why I just struggled to say that, but yeah, I think that'll be the easiest because it has your guidelines already set. So today I'll be using three things. The first one is the NYX micro brow pencil in the color brunette. The next thing I'm going to use is the e.l.f eyebrow and eyelash gel. And then the last thing I'm going to use is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color toffee. So to start out, you just want to brush your brows in the direction that they naturally grow and just like smooth them out a little bit. I don't know, I think it's just easier that way. Then you just want to go in with the brow pencil and just do short strokes going into the direction that your brow hairs normally grow. So it's kind of like you're just adding hair into the areas that are sparse, and it's okay if you mess up, just fix it and keep going. So yeah, basically you're just going to be filling them in until you think they're full enough to your liking. So any like empty spaces that you see, just fill them until you don't see that space anymore. And as you see here, I'm not going all the way to the front of my brow because I don't really want that harsh line in the front. I went to the front on the bottom side of the brow just so that it kind of makes it more defined in the front, but I don't like doing it on the top because it looks too boxy to me. And as you fill in, you can brush down to like smooth out the hard lines. And what I'm doing here is I just brushed my hairs down so that I can do the tail properly. I don't know what I just saw. Like just make the tail more defined with where my hairs are at. See, and it looks better already. I hope. And then for the front, I'm just using little streaks to like add little hairs in the front because the front of my eyebrow is way thinner than the rest of it. And then I'm just smoothing it. I'm just smudging it out with the spoolie end of the eyebrow brush, just so that there's no harsh lines. The next thing you're going to want to do is just do the exact same thing to the other side of your brow. So just fill in the area. Fill in the empty spaces until you don't see like your skin anymore, basically. I hope I'm explaining this like well. And my other brow, this brow that I'm working on now, is thinner. Like the brow lady at the nail salon, she waxed that one way thinner than the other one, so I'm probably gonna have a little more work to do on that one. Short strokes in the direction that your hairs grow. That is the key. If you don't get anything else from this video, do short strokes. Don't try to draw a whole straight line under your brow. Please don't do that because it will look crazy. And please feel free to take your time. Like, don't rush. Practice definitely makes perfect. This is probably going to be the longest part of your makeup is your brows, but it'll be worth it, trust me. Just do short strokes and fill it in. Short strokes and fill it in. And you'll see me continuously brushing as I go because it kind of helps me see where everything's at and how everything's looking. And right here, I was just checking to see if they looked like equal, like, you know, like you don't want one too arched and the other one low. So I was just trying to make sure that they're somewhat even. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to look at least similar. Now I'm going to take the Pro Concealer in the color Toffee and basically just carve out my brows, like clean up around it so that it looks sharp and defined. And you want to be very careful and take your time. Like, take your time when you're doing this because this can either make or break your brow, okay? Make or break it. So you just want to go on, like, basically go around the perimeter of your brow, as you see here. You don't have to get extra close, because you can use your brush or your finger to, like, get closer if you need to, if you don't feel comfortable using the little brush on the concealer. And you're just going to carve it out so that it looks sharp. And then right here I'm showing you a little brush that you can use to blend out the concealer. If my camera will focus, you'll be able to see it. Yeah. You can use to blend out the concealer after you do it. So yeah, you're basically just gonna take the tiny brush and just blend the concealer down, because you don't want it to be too harsh around your brow, because then you're gonna have those halo brow things that everybody hates. I mean, some people love them, but that's not what I was going for. So the purpose of the brush is just to clean up any mistakes, blend out the concealer, just make it look like it flows. And then the bigger part of the brush, I'm just using it to, like, basically, like, blend it out some more, just so it's not so packed on around my brow. And then you can also use your finger, because the oils on your finger will help you blend out whatever's left of the concealer a lot easier. And if you're more of a beginner, it definitely is easier for you to use your finger. And I'm just going back in with the brush just to define around my brow some more. And don't worry about how it looks right now, because once you put the rest of your makeup on, like your foundation and stuff, you won't even notice how light it looks around your brow, because your foundation is going to cover that too. But if you aren't going to wear foundation, I guess just use less concealer and then just do the same thing to the other side. And don't worry if you get some of the concealer on your brow, like, that's like the least to worry about, because you could just use your finger and wipe it off, or when you put on the brow gel, it'll probably take it off anyway. And if you see something you don't like or you want to add a little more, just feel free to go back in with your brow pencil too. So after you're done blending out and blending your life away, that's what both of the brows are looking like right now, you're just going to want to go in with the brow gel and just set your brows how you did them. And there really isn't any specific way that you should put the brow gel on. Just stroke it over your brows without disturbing the little streaks that you just did. Just use a light hand basically and go over it. And then you just do that to the other side. And then after you're done putting on the last bit of eyebrow gel, you're basically finished with your brows, and that's what they look like. And that's the final product. So thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.